So my last interview, which was two days ago, um, I did a dude from Texas in a black metal band, and I love that this is so different. Um, I asked him because he was from Texas. I asked him, and I'm gonna ask you the same thing. You guys are from California, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you all from the same place in California?
Just about. Our keyboard player's from Seattle, but the rest of us are all from around Glendale.
Okay. I'm from LA originally too, so I wanted to ask. So the sound of your band, the only thing I can really compare it to would be like a '90s alternative kind of band, you know? Like you don't sound like
Yeah.
everything else that's happening right now, which is great. And so how does California itself and your upbringing, how does it influence your guys' sound?
Let's see. I got my
Um,
answer. What do you think, Josh?
well, I mean, like we started off listening to a lot of California DIY bands,
Mhm.
so there's this band called Fiddler who's like really like not just on us, but on pretty much every other band in our scene. Give it like a very surfy DIY as well, because they're super DIY. They're pretty much hailed as like heroes where we're from. Um, and then like I don't know. I think just being in California has exposed us to like so many other people's music, not just like people who we talk to every day, but like their music recommendations. It's very diverse here. So I'll be talking to some dude who's like, I went to the gym the other day and some dude was trying to talk to me about his very different techno project. And while I wasn't really into it, I was like, this is kind of cool. What was your answer, Tyler?
Yeah, I was just thinking like the thing about LA is just there's always something going on. Like there's always a show. There's always somebody that you know who's like, "Oh, come see this random thing that you've never heard of." I'm like, "Okay." Whether it's like some random bar show or a very not random bar show. There's a big spectrum of bar shows. Um, but yeah, I feel like all of us have very specific things that we're drawing from musically, and we all try to, let that be heard. And I feel like because we're drawing from so many things, it feels like we're not drawing from anything specifically.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of our songs, there's definitely specific reference points, whether it's something that we're borrowing from in a jam that kind of gets smoothed out and recontextualized, or just something that we have in our heart that we've been listening to for a long time that we want to bring up to the surface, like Mark and Ska.
Love it. So tell me how the band formed.
um, it's pretty much like my brother is still part of the band, so he and I started jamming a lot. Obviously, when you hit fourth grade or around that time, you realize, wow, the Beatles are really good. Um, and so it started off like me with like my shitty like what are they called? Like a line 6 spider amp. Um so like I had that, David had a pretty rinky dink drum set. And we were doing like garage covers of just like, you know, the loud stuff like Revolution by the Beatles and like Helter Skelter.
Right.
And there was one summer in particular I remember really being exposed to music at a very, very vast scale. It was after our first bassist showed me who the Arctic Monkeys were, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is all coming back to me right now. This particular summer was eighth grade going into freshman year for me. Um, and I got exposed to the Black Keys, one of them, and then I also got exposed to the Alabama Shake, which like two kind of in the same vein of like very indie artists exploring some vein of rock, but like Black Keys are very like garage and riff driven, while the Alabama Shakes at that time were like very, very unlike anything I'd ever heard before. So like gospely and like southern rock. Um, so that really helped me form my own thing going into high school. Um, and once we were in high school, James and I were like, we should music. And James was like, oh, our mutual friend Tyler, who's on this call right now, knows how to play guitar. So we started jamming, pretty much just doing the world's worst Arctic Monkeys covers together in my garage. Um, and it remained that way pretty much all the way throughout high school. And I left college, and that's when I think I started writing. And Tyler had been writing for a point up to that as well.
Yeah,
Stuff,
just
I
doing
think.
my own little things. And I remember probably around 2016 or something, uh I forget if Jamie showed me or what it was, but heard your some of the stuff that you were putting on SoundCloud, and I was like, wait a minute, Josh is writing original songs now? That's crazy.
Good old SoundCloud.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, man, it was great. It's very instrumental to our performing. And I guess since then we started writing more and more, put an EP in 2017.
Hmm.
And after that, it's just been pretty. I mean, COVID, we all started writing for our albums, past two albums, which were with Love and with Rage. And we think of that as like one project because it was like at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a pretty pivotal period because our bassist James left and we were left without a bassist. So I was writing all the studio parts, and we had a keyboardist, Trey, in high school, or well, you know, college years for
Yeah.
like house parties. Then Trey left, and then another keyboardist filled in named Dustin, and he helped write the parts on the album. And then post COVID, we had two albums worth of material to like play at shows, um, but no bassist. So our friend and big fan Mark started to fill in, and he helped really round the sound out because he comes from a background of. I think he's the only guy in our band who played in band in high school.
Yeah.
um, and he played for baritone sax, which is not really a string instrument if you think about it.
Not at all.
So he filled in, and then Dustin, our keyboardist, left about it
Year
must
and a
have been a
half
year
ago?
ago, year and a half
Yeah,
ago. Man,
something like that.
how quick! And JT, a friend of a friend, came in and filled, and you know we've been. I feel like this is the most cohesive our band has been, and it's remained that way pretty much all the way through, um, from April of 2023, um, up until now, and that's us. We made an album.
A new one even.
For sure. When was your first shows, and where were they?
If we're talking like um, the
Incarnation.
current line, yeah, dude, that's the exact word I was gonna use actually, but I was like,
You're trying to think
I,
of something else.
I don't know, because JT was filling in for Dustin
Yeah, kind
during
of
our
on and off.
shows. Yeah. Um, but I think it might have been Converse Street for the first time in March last year, which
Yeah.
is like Converse Street is like a nice small DIY venue located a little bit further north from us, maybe about 50 miles away from LA.
Hmm.
And they are probably one of the best DIY venues we played at. For some reason, the energy was so crazy there and so good. And we debuted one of our singles off the album there before we had even properly recorded
Recorded
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and it was just great. We played it like 2 times the speed. And by the end of it, like, I saw citing the words back at me because the end one long. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
one
it was
little
great. That was
long
our,
chant.
yeah, it was really cool. So that was probably our first, um, yeah, our first
Yeah.
show together, and it felt so good, you know?
Yeah. And then going all the way back, we played some high school shows. I was only there for some of them. I was like way too anxious in high school. I played a couple of them and I was like, I can't. I can't be in front of people. Um,
Ah, it was necessary.
yeah. I had to come back
The
to it.
growth, I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If you love something, you let it go.
So what are some bucket list things that you must accomplish with the band?
You know, I was like, I want to hit 1,000 monthly listeners, but like, it kind of doesn't matter, you know, thinking about it now. I was like 2 years ago, I was like, I need to hit this arbitrary number, but honestly, um, I don't know. It feels good just to make it. Um, it's less expensive than therapy to a degree.
Yeah.
But I think maybe the thing I really want to do is just make as much good music for as long as possible, as often as possible. Um, and even if I listen to it and I'm like, wow, this is really good, then I have someone who likes it, you know?
Hmm.
Which is great because there's 5 of us in the band. So 1 out of 5 of us at least liking it is pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I
I
mean,
don't,
one of my favorite parts is just since there's so many different songwriters in the band, it's a lot easier for me to get out of my head about liking a lot of the songs. Like, because I write and I make films too, and it's like when you work so hard on something, you see all of its flaws, and it's so easy to get in your head about it. But like, I can put on Rose Tea and be like, "Wow, this is a perfect song," or I can listen to Epilogue and be like, "Wow, I'm crying already." And that's I
yeah,
mean that's a big part of the fun of being in a band with your friends is that and you know and all of your friends having space to be creative and make and put themselves in those songs. It's like it's not just your thing. You you don't even have the space to get as in your head as you can with like solo project stuff or stuff that you've put, you know, your fingers into every aspect of. But as far as like personal goals, like I just having good shows consistently, like
yeah.
just playing to people who like us being there. And because every time that happens, it's magic.
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
like,
Yeah, I want to sell out shows. You know, that's an
yeah,
accomplishment I want to
yeah,
hit. You
like,
know,
and there's like some really silly concepts that we have for albums and like just getting to a place where like we we can do the silly things too, like our 15-minute Western country song that'll happen one of these days.
yeah.
um Crazy concept albums, we'll see.
I wanna use this in a song. You
Yeah,
see
we got to
that?
get the mandolin going.
Yeah, you do.
We'll get JT on the mandolin.
No,
Yeah.
that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
So since there's so many different personalities in the band, this would probably be a difficult question then. If you guys were to do like 2 or 3 different cover songs, are there any obvious choices that you think you would collectively want to do?
I think, we used to just always throw a cover song in there, and it would usually cater to a member of the band.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, for example, we would throw in Brian Storm in there because my drummer's got to eat.
Yeah.
It's like super, super drum fill heavy, and like it's just crazy. And Dave loves playing that song. We did a Ween cover once, um, for Tyler.
Yeah.
um, that was pretty fun. And we did a cover of Pine Grove recently at an acoustic show we played called Aphasia.
Yeah. That was
Have
for
we
me and
done any?
JT.
Oh, you weren't.
Rio for Mark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
weren't
wasn't
there,
there.
but yeah, we played Rio for Mark because there's a really killer bass solo or a killer bass line on that, for an 80s night. So that was kind of cool. Um, but
I
going
really want
forward,
to I was gonna say we have to pull out Life During Wartime again for Dave as well. We played
oh
that live one
yeah,
time and our drummer Dave got up off the drums. He was singing. I think Josh, you played drums for that?
yeah, it was
Yeah,
so
Josh played
crazy.
drums for that. Dave was doing all the dances. Iconic.
Yeah, all the Dave Byrne dancing, and like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've saw a side of David I've never seen before when he was frontmanning, and it's really cool because he's
Yeah.
usually such a stoic guy, and like when he got up there, it's like he transformed into the guy from the Talking Heads. I think
Yeah.
I really want to do a cover. I'm like looking at my on repeat. I want to do a cover
Yeah.
of Lithonia by Childish Gambino.
Yeah. It's too good.
Yeah, I think I could really eat that up.
Yeah, I feel like Aphasia is kind of the one that I've always wanted to do, and we just did it.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean my answer's always changing for that.
yeah. I would love to do Lithonia by Childish Gambino. I think that would be like a really cool stepping stone into how we sound on our next project. Thank you, Tyler. But I also, we recently did like a couple of slips into Chapel Roan, at a previous gig, which was fun.
Yeah, we
We
love putting like a good 30 seconds of a song in the middle of a song.
Yeah, it's
It's a little
fun,
interpolation, little
I like when
dude.
bands do
I'll
that.
yeah,
I'll do
we
it.
love a
I'll do a
medley. That's
Charlie.
what we love.
I'll do a Charlie XCX cover. That's what I want to do.
Yeah,
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 put
those
So
are those are
I
my
in the middle of
answers.
something.
Those are my answers.
I love that it's all over the place as it should be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like I said, if you're and obviously, I mean, it can go for any band because like there are no rules to music, and that's the first thing that so many people forget about. There are no rules to music. You do not have to follow a certain sound or style or whatever it may be, and um, like even with me, like I listen to a lot of metal, but like at the same time, I also don't. Like, I mean, I listen to classical and jazz and pop and EDM and like everything. And when you pull from different sources, or if you take, like, I'm sure you've heard like pop goes punk and all that kind of stuff, like,
hmm
or punk goes pop, sorry. like when you take a song that's out of what would be like your influences and then you make it your own, like that's the artistry, you know.
Yeah.
So the fact that you guys have all these different answers and it's like not even close to the same, you know, and that's what it's about. So uh being from California, you'll appreciate this. Where are the best tacos?
We've really got an answer. Dude, don't get Josh started on Via's tacos. He won't stop. He will not stop.
I am like a functional addict for this taco stand. Not even taco stand. It used to be, so Via's Tacos used to be a pop-up taco stand that operated out of their house in East Los An or in like Los Angeles.
Mhm.
And after their really great success of just being a pop-up stand outside of their house, they moved to a bar outside of a place in Highland Park where I was like pretty drunk one day outside the bar, and like all of the people in my group gave me like a bite of the taco that they had gotten from it. And it's like a loaded ass taco. It's a
Yeah.
blue corn tortilla.
Mm.
It's got like I think I had a bite of their chorizo. And it had, like fresh onion, fresh garlic, fresh onion, fresh cilantro, and it came with guacamole in it. And I took a bite of it, and then I was like, "Wow, this is really, really good." Drunk. So I don't know. I think I patronize Via's Tacos at their physical location 3 times a month. It's really good, and I can pack away 5 to 7 tacos depending how hungry I am. And it's
Which
like
is a
substantial.
normal amount is like 3. Like I can get through 3.
It's a big
big,
loaded
yeah.
taco. Yeah, they're
Josh is over
really
there just
good
like,
though.
Dude, like yeah.
Dude, yeah, they're delicious, man. They just opened up a location downtown LA, and I haven't been, but they serve alcohol there, so maybe I should go.
dangerous.
Yeah, that's my answer. That's my
Yeah.
One Taco Madness, which is a local taco, like LA County, huge space, and they've won that 3 times in the past 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah. I mean, I'll let him have the taco answer. Via's is great. There's this little spot right down the street from me that we used to go to a lot, but they don't pop up there anymore, and I don't know where they are now.
Yeah,
But they
that
were
place
really
was
good.
really good. They would serve
Yeah.
like refried beans on like a crunchy shell
A little
along with their
tostada.
tacos. It was delicious. I wish I
so
knew what
good.
happened to those guys.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just like 3 blocks down somewhere, but we don't know which direction those 3 blocks down are. We'll find it
Yeah,
driving
they
around
on
one of
top. Well,
these
how
days
much was
again.
it?
They were cheap. It was like
It
a
was
dollar
like
25 a
yeah,
taco.
Sweet.
but on Tuesdays or Thursdays, it's like 75 cents. I swear, it was like 75 or $1.
Yeah.
I miss them, man.
Yeah.
All right. So next time I go home, that's what I'm gonna have to try then.
Yeah.
Yep, Via's baby.
Yeah, the spot's kind of gotten blown up. Like the lines are depending on the time of day, the line could be kind of crazy.
But worth it.
Right before
But
they
worth it.
close, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone goes right before they close, and it's like it's a mission, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's always a couple of cute dogs in that line.
There you go.
Mhm.
Time killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the farthest that you guys have played from home?
Oh, probably either San Diego or Santa Barbara.
Okay.
What do you think, Tyler? Does that sound about correct?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably our San Diego shows.
San Diego is pretty fun though. We've
Yeah.
never played there with a full band.
No, we on our tour we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we finally went
That's
back down.
yeah.
But every time that we had a San Diego show, like something would always happen. Like the first time we went down there, our bassist was it when we didn't have it's I think it's when we didn't have a keyboard player. It was after
Yeah.
I forget what happened with Dustin. But then as we like were on our way down, our bassist texted us and he's like, I just pulled my back. Like I cannot drive down to San Diego. And we're like, okay, I guess it's me, Josh, and Dave. And we get there and it's
Guitar
like in this
only.
park. It's in this park, and we're like, okay, I guess we're playing in a park. And like the first two bands play, and they're like much more hardcore than we are. And we're like, are we even right for this lineup? Like, are they gonna fuck with us? Or are we gonna be the soft indie boys? But I mean, we played it extra hard and extra fast. We played El Mat as hard and fast as we could, and
All high
they
end.
seem yeah they seem to respond pretty well to us, and we're like, okay, I mean, I guess we can fit into an early slot in a hardcore show.
There you go.
little diversity in the setup. And then why couldn't Mark make it the other time? Or was it no, Mark did
I don't
who didn't
remember.
make it the night that we got our shit stolen?
Mark wasn't there. It was just me, you, and Dave again.
No, I think we had Dustin that time. But he left and he took his own
No.
stuff.
No, dude. I have the
Or
photos.
was it the
It was
opposite?
just me, you, and Dave.
Oh,
It was just yeah.
damn.
So
Well,
you were
it
there
was,
you go.
a three-piece hardcore band for the night.
Kinda.
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So like you got a side project within the band, you know?
Yeah. I mean, when the the stars align, same sets, but just different lineup. But there's a very cool DIY space down there. Um, and a lot of bands that we like playing with, so it makes the trip worth it.
Yeah.
You know, the one time before tour that we all played down there was at the Queen Bee. Everyone was there, and there's that weird guy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
that shows lower on the list of. It's very memorable, not for great reasons.
Yeah, there was like a dude who was shirtless and like bleeding everywhere.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
yeah, and the rest of
Like,
the
I mean, like,
crowd was not down with him doing that. They were like,
yeah,
"Dude, get the fuck
he,
out of here!"
yeah. I mean,
It
like,
was like too close to COVID. People were not cool with bodily fluids.
Right.
They
yeah,
yeah
There's always
I
got to
forgot
be
all
that
about that show.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
guy. Oh, sorry. Get comfortable here. So for the people that have been with you guys from the beginning, the fans, and the people that have yet to discover you, what do you say to them?
We're always going to be doing something.
Yeah, a lot of I guess every first fans are like family and friends. So I think I guess I want to tell them thank you for always showing up and buying our stuff, our merch, and really streaming the hell out of our stuff. Um, it matters to a degree how much we get, but it's cool that they're there because they love us. And we just want to make it as fun as possible. Um, we get the at our shows because my niece and nephew love our stuff, and they're like 2 and 4 respectively. Tyler, they know every lyric to One Long Fog. It's crazy.
What a sad song for them to
I
know.
know. Um, but yeah, I love you, and thanks for coming and listening. And to people who haven't listened to us yet, what are you doing? We've got something for everybody. We're like an IGN 8, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I mean, welcome. We're really happy to play music for you guys and make music, and I think we make music that's like, to a degree, most people will experience something that we've experienced in our life, and this is just our lens of interpreting it. And we're happy you listen to us. Tyler, take it away, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this last year and a half, we've really started to build like an actual fan base of people who keep coming back. And it's just been so crazy hearing people sing the words back. It's like it's something that I never get used to, and every time it's like it's crazy that there are people out there who know the words to songs that I've written better than I do. Because when you start out, it's like if I mess up, nobody knows.
Right.
Like I just gotta use the confidence through it. But now it's people know now. I've I've gone up after the show. People have come up to me. They're like, "Did you get the second chord? Did you flip that?" I'm like, "Yes." Why do you know that? This was my shield. But yeah, it's just been so great, and it's been really great to see that. It's great to know that people are resonating with stuff that we felt and are enjoying the package that we've put it into. Um, and to people who don't know us, um, like I also just love being in front of a big crowd of people who have never heard of us before, because I think, not to toot our own horn, I think we've got something different and something with a little bit of jump and a little bit of tears, and I I like seeing people react to it for the first time. I love I love starting to play to a crowd that's a little
Judgy.
still and quiet, and seeing the point that they kind of switch over to our side.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, I want to thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate you coming on, and I'll have this up within a couple days, and hopefully at some point, whether I see you on the West Coast or see you out here in Kansas or anywhere else that you might be, I look forward to experiencing you guys live myself. So,
Nice, thank you.
Thanks, Marcus.
in the meantime, keep fucking up those tacos, and
Without a doubt.
and yeah, and good luck to you guys. And it was awesome chat.
Thank you. Have a great
Thanks,
one.
Marcus. See you later.
All right, guys. See you.